So what about this group ISIS? We know so little about them. The army of jihadists surprised just about everyone with their fast and violent sweep through Iraq. And now Vice News has captured stunning new images of the faces behind the terror. The Islamic militant group ISIS in Syria and Iraq is so extreme that traditional al-Qaeda has disavowed it. And now, from Vice News, video from inside the militant stronghold. Surreal scenes from the Syrian city of Raqqa. Families enjoying the coolness of the Euphrates. But even here, there is always something more sinister, even with the children.
يعني اسمي داود عمري 14 سنة أحب أن أصير بدولة الإسلام في العراق والشام وأقاتل معهم.
And what happens in Syria affects Iraq and vice versa. The treasures from the March on Baghdad are proudly paraded through Raqqa along with new recruits from around the world.
أقول لأمريكا يا جماعة إن كنتم رجال فنحن على الأرض فلا تأتون بالطائرات من دون طيار فأتوا بجنودكم الذين مرغنا أنوفهم في العراق وبإذن الله سوف نمرق أنوفهم بكل مكان وإن شاء الله بالبيت الأبيض سوف نرفع على راية لا إله إلا الله.
Here, the group is known simply as IS, or Islamic State. At a nighttime gathering, recruiting continues. Beautiful virgins are calling. Enroll me as a martyr, this man sings. A call and response to excite the crowd. Joining us now, Kevin Sutcliffe from Vice News. Incredible images there, Kevin. The people you had embedded there, what do they tell you about how this group has grown so rapidly and advanced so far?
Well, less than a year ago, when Vice News started covering the whole issue of Syria, ISIS, as they were then, were one of the small factions fighting other Islamic factions, and they were just in the mix in the civil war in Syria. They've professionalised, they've added a command and control structure, they are an army now, and you can see the way they swept across into Iraq, dissolving the border and establishing the caliphate, that this is a force to be reckoned with. They've now got weapons they've looted from Iraq, they've brought them back to Raqqa. As you saw, our filmmaker was in Raqqa for 3 weeks. American weapons, donutting tanks. He was there for 3 weeks, and he saw how they're establishing a state.
How do they hold territory? Do they encircle it? Do they scare everybody? What's going on in these towns where they're holding people in Iraq, like Mosul?
Well, in a town like Raqqa, we filmed a religious police walking around enforcing the law. The law is Sharia law, which is very, very hard-line Islamic interpretations. Minor infractions, we see in our film a poster being put up, which is a bit of a Western film poster. The demand is to take it down. Women are told to put hijabs on to cover. This is done at the point of a gun. The religious police are armed, and everybody knows that you'll be going to prison, and a Sharia judge could give you an amazing punishment.
But you've got the airstrikes going on now around Erbil. Will this scare them? Will this stop them? What do you think the effect will be?
I think that it's a pinprick over to one side. They've got 30–40% of the territory now. They are expanding. They are expansionist. I think they will welcome the attention that the airstrikes have brought them, the world attention, and I think they have no fear. You know, they're on a mission from God. They're very fundamentalist in their approach, and I think we're just going to see more of this. We're not going to see less. They are on the march.
Very, very frightening stuff. Thank you very much for those reports.